actually live now? Apparently I was having technical difficulties. Oh yeah. Oh gosh, I didn't record any of that. This is what I get. Hello, we're just currently hard opening because Gosh dang it. I don't even know how much that recorded or not. Apparently it didn't fully load. It says I've only been live for a little bit. Oh my gosh. Apparently YouTube was being annoying. Anyway, okay, so if you couldn't tell, I'm drawing Kusuriuri today. In his movie appearance, you can see down in the corner here. Yeah, I don't, I had to rush things because I realized I got behind. I have too much to do. I realized I hadn't picked up a song for this. So yeah, we're hard dropping in today because I have mentioned I'm easygoing. I'm inquisitive. I always question things. I love detective stories and stuff. Mysteries are a great. But I'm also clumsy as all get out. So yay, Scott. I'm so annoyed with myself right now. Thought I got everything correct, but anyway. Oh, this is so Scout. Hello, Frug. Okay. So yeah, new movie. What did I say? Okay. So hard. So yeah, I got poking around for music. Got Kusuriuri, new movie coming out for Mononoke next year. So 2024. Hopefully all goes well. They had to recast Kusuriuri, got delayed. It apparently would have come out sooner, but oh boy. Why is this? Oh, because I have to hit that. Turn on, please. Sometimes I hit things with my little what is it called? Whoops. Wait, oh, I need to hit that button and do. Let's just color block everything. He is actually pale. Oh, I don't know if I actually have a reference sheet I made myself for regular Kusuriuri, which I just realized I might want to show you all because you may not know why his new look is a big deal, because this is what he usually looks like. He actually has a lot of appearances. Let me zoom in. Ah, there's his face. So he goes from like this to this. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I forgot he actually has more appearances because he's got this other look, which this form has a few names, but he has a transformation sequence and he turns into this appearance. There's like other self, they call this his god form, and I'm like, I don't know. I honestly cannot tell you. Maybe in Japan people have a better idea, but West, forget about it. He really is paler. I mean, he gets really darker skin in that, but he actually does have some skin tone to him. Yeah, he's most definitely paler. Wow, the art is colorful. In a lot but not bad kind of way. Alright, yeah. Mononoke? This, which is what this anime is called. Oh, that's a bit of his ear there. It's extremely colorful. One of the reasons why I liked it, and it definitely caught my eye when I saw Kusuriuri. Not this look of his, but we're doing movie look today. I am still annoyed I botched. Didn't fully load up for the recording. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be mad at myself for that. Oh well. So, this is a movie look. I have actually drawn him in his regular look. Well, the look at least we're more familiar with. Wait, is that actually... Okay, you know what? I'm just going to fill in this color. Yeah, that was part. Okay. Yeah. He's so pale in this form. Why is he so pale? So, I don't... The movie's not out. Kusuriuri is one of those characters where, you don't know anything about him. I mean, you're like, well, he got his name. It's Kusuriuri. I'm like, that's not his name. that's his job title. It translates to medicine seller. So all this time, people have been calling him, they just call him medicine seller. If you look up Mononoke medicine seller, you will also get Kusuriuri. Oh. Put an ear there. His hair is just slightly darker than this. I don't like how pale he is. I'm not sure if it grabbed the right color, selected the right color. I think it's supposed to be... Maybe I should make... You know what? I should make this multiple layers. Okay. What I'm gonna do is take away the lines here just so I can see what I'm doing better. Grab all of these. And... Okay, did that get everything? Yep. Alright, and I'm going to grab these colors. You know, if I took away the lines, I could do what are they called? Minimalist art? Being named after your job is both kind of funny and kind of sad. He doesn't let anyone call him by name. I kind of think it's because... Okay, how am I need to do some explanations here. Alright, and I don't know the definitions myself all that well. Okay, so first off, there's two terms that are important. There's Mononoke, which, yeah, it's a term of a specific thing. And, also, it's a name of, like, if somebody says, oh, there's a Mononoke, it does pull specific kind of, like, things into mind. It's, I wouldn't call it a species. What do you call them? It's kind of like how, say, it's like somebody saying there's a bird there, there's a dog there, there's a cat there. I mean, cats and dogs and birds can all look a little different, but you get the general idea of what it is. Mononokes are kind of the same thing. They are spirits who bring about disease, in a way. If you're like, oh, that's why Kusuriuri is called Kusuriuri, I'm like, yeah. But they're also like beasts, but they usually also have them. No, it's bakemono. Bakemono is more beast-like. The Mononoke is the more disease-like, but they can look like all sorts of things. There's no set form. Like, whatsoever. And let's see. There's Ayakashi, which is kind of synonymous with yokai. It's the more broad term for supernatural Japanese creatures. Before yokai got popular, at least. So it's hard to pin that one down. I think it has a more specific meaning, but I don't remember it right now. So a lot of people theorize that... Oh, and now the reason why I brought up Mononoke and Ayakashi is because Ayakashi... Okay, better way to put it. All Mononoke were Ayakashi at one point. They become Mononoke when they infect somebody and become disease... Basic function as a supernatural disease. So, yeah. So people theorize Mr. I am clearly not human here as that he's an Ayakashi that doesn't like Mononoke for no one knows what reasons. I certainly don't. Okay, what is his, like, normal skin tone? Yep. I've turned the color drop tool off. Good job, me. He is definitely paler in this version. I'm gonna color drop his normal skin tone to make it lighter. That may not be movie accurate, but quite frankly, don't care right now. All right. I'm not sure if I grabbed the right song. Okay. I want a different song anyway. Is it this one? Hold Hold on, let me turn up this song. I'll see how I feel about this one. Like I said, I was trying to find a song, but it's hard. I just used the YouTube, so I might actually want to turn this on. Hold on, let me need to enlarge something. It's a very... I even looked up a few of them on Mononoke soundtracks to try to find one that would sound... Well, not sound the same. More of same vibe, but I didn't have the time. And then I got behind and everything, and then I botched everything. So good job, me. Okay. This is just gonna be a pain in the butt. Just get away. Yeah, so the appearance is very much like these stills, which is actually him turning around. See. I just love the faces he was making. I'm like, he's in gremlin hours right now, which is actually pretty rare for in the mainline series. He's usually very calm and nonchalant. Like, man is not very panicked about like anything. I think the only time we see Kusuriuri lose his cool is actually not part of the Mononoke series, which I mean, that's confusing. But I think it's called Ayakashi Horror... No, wait. Ayakashi Samurai Horror Stories. I think there's like a few translations, so it's hard. This guy is an enigma wrapped in a mystery kind of guy. Yes! He very much is. Okay. Yeah, the only time we see him, like, actually kind of frazzled, yeah, would be the word, is in... Okay, I guess I should explain what the Ayakashi Horror series is. It's a... What is the word? Anthology, I believe. No, not anthology. That... I mean, that is a collection of stories. That word may or may not work. Anyway, it's a... I guess you could see it as like a test pilot kind of thing, but it's really just a chance, well, it's to give animators a chance to try out new themes and stuff for animation, for animators. So I guess you could say it was like an industry, oh, what are they called? When people put on contests? I guess it was kind of like an industry contest, but it was not actually a contest, and I can't think of what they're called. What people call those. I should know. It's just for fun, hey, we're doing this, if you want to join, come and join, kind of thing. Gosh, words are escaping me today. All the bits. I can't tell if I got the bits in the little hair tie, which is also different. I switch back over. Yeah, he's got like little metal loopy things in his hair. But in this version, he's just got like it's tied up. Some people are saying he looks a little younger too, which would make sense because I think possibly because we know the clothing style. What are the other characters like around Kusuriuri? Because I don't. Well, I really hope I don't have to tell really anyone that Kusuriuri himself is not the greatest. He wears such odd clothing. So it's hard to use him as kind of a period dating thing, because I've mentioned this before. You can date time periods of things by what people are wearing, assuming they're not, you know, dressed up for some time period accurate thing. But if you're just normal street, normal people, that's the gist. Well, that's the... This is what the people are actually are wearing. It's not for any other reason. This is just normal everyday clothes for whatever time and place it is in. That you can get dates off of you know, you can tell the time period. You know, the time periods off of what people wear. I've actually kind of done that myself a couple of times. And this looks late 1800s. I can tell because of style of dresses the people are wearing. And the fact that lady has very poofy sleeves up around the upper arm, which are known as mutton sleeves. Most commonly, I think. At least in the US. Okay, how... Just color the ends of your hair. Your hair goes all over the place, sir. He does have moments of calm even in this version of him. Like, I think it was... Yeah, he's not expressing too much there. He's just grinning a little and talking. I'm sitting here. He's very pretty. He's odd looking, but he's also very pretty. Oh my gosh, I've just... Okay. I'm thinking of Kefka. Have anyone seen the images of Kefka from Final Fantasy, 6? Yeah, 6. I'm like, oh jeez, was that actually Taro's game, or am I mixing it up? No, I'm pretty sure. It's Final Fantasy 6. And... yeah, you take the makeup off of Mr. Clown Man dude there, and he actually is apparently a pretty good-looking guy. At least so I've been told. I don't have much of an opinion on it, to be honest. Myself. I feel like that definition could work for a number of animes. Also, I think something's interesting is that he actually, you can see a bit of hair behind. Because I think in this look... Oh wait, no he does. But you don't really see it. So usually his hair is pretty short. It's a bit longer behind. Like, you can actually see it more. His hair peeking out. So that's interesting. So I did look up. It seems like it's gonna take place, the movie, at least in part. Which would make also sense of... I've seen... I think people would call it samurai clothes. But it's, I've seen clothes like that as far back as the Sengoku Jidai era, which is like late 1500s to early 1600s, so it's pretty far back. Oh gosh, I can't remember if it's the Heian period was before it, but I do know people have been looking at the clothes of the other characters that show up, and they've been able to date the time periods. I can do that myself because where the series, the actual show series, last left off, like this is the most modern date, is in the 1920s, and I can say that pretty confidently because trains were big then, and this takes the last, what is it, 2 episodes take place on a train. Oh yeah, it's one of those like Monster of a Week kind of shows where it's just, what are they called? Like, you ever seen the old Western where you have the same character and they go around, and they just sort of help out? I think there's just a specific title for that. Because there's also Wolf and Cub, I think is the Japanese. The samurai taking his son around, and he's like a disgraced samurai or something like that. There's this, it's like a specific subgenre of these shows and movies and whatnot. But yeah. Mononoke's like that. It's definitely... Oh wait, is the end of... Yeah, your little poof at the end here is definitely colored. Does anyone... Yeah. I was gonna ask, does everyone get cat vibes off this man? And I'm like, well, people think he's like a kitsune, which is supernatural fox. Which I would not be too surprised if he was some kind of kitsune. There's also... Ooh, I'm not gonna remember what type of Buddhism, but his little transformation thing... Wait. You know, I don't think we've ever seen him transform in the movie clips. I don't think it showed that in other promotional materials, too. It's always been something of a, oh, wow. I wonder if his other form has a different appearance. His other form's pretty cool, too. At least I think so. Because another thing interesting... I'm rambling. I'm sorry. If I don't finish a thought and you want me to finish a thought, please feel free to leave a comment if you're watching the VOD, or, you know, speak up in chat if it's live for you. I will not mind. I look at myself and I'm, like, very scattered in my thoughts sometimes. I'm trying to juggle too many things, so... if I don't get on one singular topic. I've always been a bit of a scatterbrain, but there you go. Oh, he does have, like, a bit of red in the... His faces are so great. His faces are amazing. Okay. He does have a little bit of red up here. I don't need it exact. Honestly, the patterns themselves are not very exact, except for the ones on his face. They keep the ones on his face pretty good. But I've noticed his hair already. They're like, no. We're not gonna try whole hog to make sure all the red stays in, like, appropriate hairs. I'm like, I don't blame you. He's got wavy hair and it's going all over the place. It's not one of the styles for being, oh, how to put it? Like, yeah, it'll keep on model as much as possible. It won't differ too much, but that sometimes when things are moving around, it's like... it is what it is. They definitely took, gave the animators a bit of leeway, a bit of a break, if you will, for, certain just elements. Like with parts of Kusuriuri's hair is red and whatnot. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it is interesting, because I think as the series goes on, it does get more modern. Or possibly modern setting. So, like, Kusuriuri does not age. And it is kind of interesting having him show up in this, like, 1920s era. Because people don't really react to him all that much. Except for when he interacts with the main cast. And they're like, what are you wearing? Oh, do you wear that to get attention? Because I realize he's, medicine, like a traveling medicine seller. And he's like, yeah, something like that. He doesn't even give a straight answer. I'm like, he totally could just say yes and move on, but he's just, sure, something like that. And I'm like, that's real confidence there, Kusuriuri. Really are a mysterious guy. But I'm hoping we get more tidbits in the movie. Like, what's up with him? Especially since he looks like this, which is not at all... I mean, I showed that earlier, his appearance beforehand, so he's got a very dramatic shift. And I guess some people were saying that it's possible that the movie takes place before any of what we see in the shows, I guess. Let's see, but I think it might have shown up in the he showed up in the, like, Han period, which I think is like 300s, 400s. Let me actually check before I start blabbering about things like that. Hold on, give me a moment. Let's see, Han period. Cool. Oh no, that's earlier. Okay. It's for this, which I know history, everyone has slightly different start and end dates. Don't worry about it too much, but starts about 794 to 1185. Or 11,000? We say Don't say 2000. We say 2000. How do people pronounce dates? Yeah, I don't know if it's that. What about Edo period? Oh yeah, that's gonna be after Sengoku Jidai era. That is. I should say Sengoku Jidai is the Warring States period of Japan's history, and well, there's lots of battles and stuff, but the Edo period is right after the Sengoku Jidai ended, which again varies. I've heard people say the Edo period officially begins after what is the place? It's the Battle of Sekigahara, which was like in 1615, I think, and they say the Edo period started with this. On Google it said it was 1603, and I'm like, well, people say it's quite a few years after that too. I've seen, so it's one of those things. It's just you're gonna get different dates because people have different opinions on what should have counted as the end and whatnot. And there's also, I'm sure, a little bit of where did hard Fanart, you know, where was the last kind of anything to do with this real era in a major sort of way versus, yeah, there may have been stuff that happened afterward because of this era, but it really ended here with a few scattered events after, so it's like it really depends on what your definition of how you define the ending and beginning of an era. I guess that's fun. That's fun. It totally doesn't make it more confusing. Yeah, I want to... Okay, it's been half an hour. I think that's enough red in his hair. I want to try doing the makeup now. Okay, I guess a bit late. Oop. Let's not do that. That's right, it automatically does that. Or should I say marks? I don't know if it's actually makeup or marks. I know it changes in his later appearance. Go up with this one. I freaking love his design. It's so interesting. I watched this right away when I finally found out what it was from. Because I couldn't tell you where I saw it, Kusuriuri, but I had seen his face around, but it's one of those, like, groups of photos or animation, like, it's, what are they called? Animated music videos, but a big mix of it, of, anime. And even if they list it out, they usually didn't list it out on screen, and everyone talks about the much more popular stuff showing up. So I kept seeing this man's face around, and I had no darn clue where he was from, and I don't remember how I found out it was Mononoke. I do know I stumbled upon it, and I immediately was just, oh my gosh, him! It's this guy! Because I think I heard about... Oh, you know what? It might have been... I like Natsumi's Book of Friends, and that has yokai and stuff, and... Mushishi. Mushishi is another one that this one gets compared to. Honestly, Mononoke is a lot more like Mushishi than Natsumi's Book of Friends. It's very, well, I guess art style-wise, the Book of Friends kind of matches better, but tonal-wise, it's definitely more Mushishi. Mononoke? I just realized the face paint. At least it could be face paint, who knows? Gives me so hard biases. Yeah, I definitely... When I first saw a movie, Kusuriuri, I'm not gonna lie, I immediately thought, why does he look like a Hisuian Zoroark? And then I'm like, oh, I have bad vibes from this. And then later it has him making these, like, he's got bigger fangs than he has in the past, too. Oh gosh, that was the zoom in. That's not what I wanted. And, I was like, oh shoot, if that's some common depictions, or I'm not sure. Would it be? Because I know white foxes with red markings aren't like equals bad. That's like not a thing. It's more of that means they're a divine messenger. Why is there? Okay, that's just lines. I didn't delete some lines or something got wonky. Don't want that there. All right. Oop. Nope. I didn't want to grab that. I'm gonna grab the scroll thing. Marks. Okay. Okay, where was I? Right. So as I'm looking like a Hisui and Zor arc, which I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. I don't think I'll be able to remember the name. Oh, it's like Onibushi. Oh gosh. Anyway, the main point, even though I can't remember the name, I know what it is. The Zor arc is based off of a spirit who has who was once a living creature, but then they died. It's like due to disease. They died in misery, and they come back as one of the most vengeful evil spirits ever. The whole like repertoire of Japanese supernatural creatures. So when I saw Kusuriuri looking like a Hisui and Zor Jinka, and Hisui and Zor are based on that kind of spirit, I was like, oh shoot. Was Kusuriuri evil once, or is that just a happenstance? He's got little fangs, whatnot. I'm like, we have been saying well, people have been speculating for years now that he's a kitsune, and there's definitely a range for kitsune. There's anything from benevolent god kitsune to very much evil kitsune. There's a whole range. I know the evil ones are called no kitsune, but there's a bazillion other names to say what specifically the good kitsune do and are and whatnot. Like, these ones are the messenger kitsune, so they called this specific thing, and I'm like, I don't remember. I just remember no kitsune are the evil kitsune, and they usually are black in color. So that's a reason why I'm like, I don't think he is, but also I could be totally wrong. I don't know what's going on. Moving out yet? I have no idea. This could be total happenstance, but I was definitely... Oh gosh. I'm just also hoping the new look means we get like a little bit of lore. Okay, I need to zoom in on your marks here there, buddy. Okay, so he's got little dots around here. He's got really cool marks. Okay, I'll grab this. And in between here and... Okay. Larger dot. Smaller dot. Okay, and there's a yellow. I'm gonna have to redraw a little bit, but it's okay. Maybe, okay, I'm just gonna ignore a little bit. So, like, get the shape I don't want. You really don't get a lot of Kusuriuri. I do know another thing. Okay, not no. That's not probably the best wording for it, but fans have noticed that in the Ayakashi horror story, there's... Was it 2 episodes or 3? Gosh, it's been too long since I've seen it. But the few episodes where they're not in the Mononoke series proper, but they're kind of this pilot slash first series slash I don't know, whatever else you want to call it. Kusuriuri jokes around a bit more. And he also... That's the only time we see him frazzled, which that was a thought I didn't finish. So, he comes off as more inexperienced, which is another reason why people are thinking, is this Kusuriuri more in like the past? This is the younger version of him. This is why he looks different, because he hasn't gone on the path beforehand. Are we gonna find out in the movie why he doesn't like Mononoke? And we're just like, there's so much speculation. But all we have very little to go off of. Besides, oh, I didn't actually say. The movie is going to take place, at least in part, in the women's quarters of, like, a castle. Because, Kusuriuri mentions a name of a thing, so I looked up what it meant, and apparently it means a woman's quarters. Like, part of a building. I looked it up because I was curious, and the video I found said that his Sui and Zorak was also based on an... Yeah, Onryu! That one! That thing. Those things are scary. Those are like the worst things you want to see, and they are known to... They have strong association with diseases. They are definitely... Onryu are definitely a Mononoke. So, when I got Kusuriuri looking like one of those things, I was just like, oh! But yeah, that, I was just like, okay. Okay, what is going on? I am so curious. This is still one of my favorite things. He's not even to get that. That's where I got the wider eyes. Was that? The faces. I still can't get over. I think he's also got the red mark on his neck. I'm not sure what that's about. I have my own theories, but I guess I'll keep them to myself. They're a little dark, so I'm not gonna mention them in detail. Oop. I should have maybe used the symmetry tool. But okay. Or I might have wanted this up more. Okay. Yeah, I didn't connect that. I thought so. In the corner. Erasey. He's really fun to draw. I really should draw him more, but he's so detailed that I am also like... He's fun to draw, but it also takes a while to draw him. He's got so many details. I have actually seen in person a couple of cosplayers of Kusuriuri. So that was cool. Really cool to see. Because this guy... It would be... I think if I had an outfit that looked like this, I would love an outfit based on... Oh. Words are troubling me right now. I would like an outfit with the similar vibes to Kusuriuri's outfits. There we go. Words are no longer hard at the moment. Considering how detailed would be, that sounds impressive. Oh yeah, very. His medicine cabinet box thing he carries on it. Oh wait. You know what? That's another thing. Does he have the medicine cabinet on his back ever? I mean, it's definitely not there, but he does walk around without it. I mean, if he's got a place to put it down, he puts it down. He's like, I'm not carrying that every single place. It's kind of heavy. But it's like a wooden box, so I imagine. Well, let's see if I can find... Do I have a reference where it has his medicine box? I don't think I do. I think I have him wearing it at one point. Maybe? Nope. Nope, I don't. You can see his big bow. He still has that. It's this. It's got a diamond pattern now. Oh yeah, his little sword. That is like a short sword. It does open up in the other one, or at least if it's the same sword. I don't know if I... Ooh, gosh. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, I did have one. I'm like, I think I do. Yeah, that's what it usually looks like. Well, that's what we've seen it as. And now it looks like this, which looks more monstrous. There's just so much I'm like... What... just, what is going on here? Are they actually going to be like, yeah, he's not a human. He never has been. It's not... The reason why it's questioning human, though, it's like, there's literal centuries worth of time spans between one era to another. But it's still up for debate. Why? I'm like, because of this... I briefly went over. There's a type of Buddhism which you can achieve enlightenment, but then you still stay on Earth instead of going on to... Well, I'm not sure what the proper name would be, depending on this... Anyway, just life after this one. I'll put it that way. And... But you have the choice to, like, stick around because you're trying to help out other people achieve enlightenment, and that is what Kusuriuri references when he has that alternate look of his. It's like, yeah, he... maybe. It could just be a reference. It could be because he actually did. I'm not into... Again, this man is a mystery. We don't know for sure. It's mostly speculation. Though, I think you can it's one of those shows that it's probably not gonna outright tell you. It's if you pay attention, you'll know it's real. It's not a series that just bluntly states to your face, hey, this is what's going on. If you're not good with subtlety, you're not gonna understand what happens half the time. Actually, you're not gonna understand what happens, like, at all. It's that kind of series. So, be warned. If you want to watch this and you're like, I'm not at all good with subtlety. And you are definitely having... If you go into the series about really knowing about Japanese culture, you're gonna also be very lost because some of the subtle nods and whatnot are, oh, that makes sense of what's going on. This really weird thing happening actually makes sense because it's referencing this type of yokai and this, you know, folktale and whatnot. And then somebody who doesn't know that is just gonna be completely lost. So I am warning you right now, you're gonna need to know some things, at least some general vibes of Japanese. Why? Is this gonna be another situation of me being confused why the dot? Okay, actually, is it on my computer? Nope, it moves. Okay. Where did I mess up? Did I miss, like, one bit here? No. Oh, goodness. Oh! I know. It might be underlined. Look at that. Yay! Okay, that didn't take nearly as long as when I was drawing Ocean Umbrella. Or, no, not Ocean Umbrella, that's the old name. Water Umbrella. Which I haven't gone back to yet and fixed up. It's gonna take a little more than I thought, but not enough that I could stream it. But it'll take me a minute to get to that. I should check the ends. Get all the ends of his hair. I keep seeing his face and giggling. I'm having a good time. What else can I say? Oh, yeah, because have I been alluding to this whole time that the focus is not on Kusuriuri. It's kind of like you see these things because Kusuriuri happened to be there at the time, or he came over because he heard about something and is investigating because it sounded like a Mononoke, because he does not like Mononoke. Makes that pretty darn abundant. And that is the one thing we definitely know without question, because he says all the time that all Mononoke must die, more or less. Those words, you know, he'll say it slightly different, but he does. Oh gosh, it's not like Mononoke at all, and we don't know why. He just do. Okay, that time I built it how I wanted it to. Okay. Oh, I got not almost all the base. Let's go down to the eye. It's just white? Yeah, it's functionally just white. Okay, what is this eye color? That definitely changed, actually, too, right? Okay, well, this different look. Yeah, he's got blue eyes. I don't know if I have a better one. I can tell that, but I'm like, I don't know if you viewers are gonna be able to tell. Oh, that's closer, but here, let's zoom in. You can kind of tell it's blue. I don't think I have a super close in. His face. Hello, Mr. Face Face. Oh man, I still haven't watched the English dub. I should do that when I have the time, whenever that's going to be. Oh no. Okay. I should put the eye. Oh wait, I'm gonna make this darker because I'm not gonna see where I'm gonna put the color, which is gonna be annoying. But I'll make it white in a moment. Okay, maybe I'll put it under the marks. I got the marks down really good. Got them down where I wanted them. So, I need a drinky. Hold on. Drink break, stretch break, whatever you need to do for a couple of seconds break. Ah, water. I should probably get something with like a built-in straw or something. I always make weird faces when I get a drink. Okay. Oh, another thing I kind of clipped a bit. Yeah, women's grudges. And then they're in the women's quarter. So I'm thinking a lady got turned into a Mononoke, or not turned in, necessarily. More of, okay, what is the word? Possessed! There we go! Like, I just lost the word. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Yeah, he's got... Oop, I forgot to make this, white. Like, why is this color so bad? Because I forgot to make it white. Whites with the eyes. Which I'm just gonna feel free to mention that I don't have white on my eyes. It's mint. Can't really tell. So if anyone's like, why do you always forget if you forget the coloring the whites? I'm like, Furions like I do, like my kind, do not have whites in our eyes. Just the sclera. Whites of your eyes does not make sense. Okay, I think his lipstick is actually the same color as his eyeshadow and the painted on eyebrow bits. Okay, how do your lipstick do? Okay, you still got the little corners. You look like you're part of the theater. Okay, who has the better makeup? Kusuriuri or Kefka? My vote's on Kusuriuri, but I am also incredibly biased, so I'm not sure if I'm one to ask. This color of lipstick is making me think of Cecil Harvey from Final Fantasy IV. Because the man is wearing periwinkle lipstick. And it's one of my most... It's my, okay, how to put this? My favorite detail of Cecil's is his periwinkle lipstick. This amuses me every single time. I think I like Kusuriuri. I'm assuming I like Kusuriuri more than Kefka, but I don't like the clown makeup, so I have a bias too. You know, I get the feeling that's gonna be a lot of people's opinion. I don't like the clown makeup. It's even creepier when he goes all god mode. At least if the... like his Cydia and No, wait, bosses did have more detailed designs. Yeah. Is that okay? Okay. I should probably zoom out. No, I think the middle bit needs help. This needs to be thicker. It's such an intense look, and I'm just cackling the whole time. But I'm having fun. I'm definitely happy I'm drawing Kusuriuri again. I think... Did I actually put that up? I think there's actually a drawing I did of his other self that I think this time I actually didn't put up. Let me... I wonder if I can look. Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do. Typey, 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 typey. Typey, 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 typey. Yeah. Nope. Nothing else is popping up. Yeah, so I only have... Maybe I should repost my old drawing. I haven't put it up on Pixiv because there's an older drawing. But maybe once I finish this, I should put that drawing up along with the one I actually never posted. Because I checked this time. Last time I said that, I was like, wait, no, I actually posted this. I don't think I was going to. But then I probably got my I probably got hassled into it. The people who know me, they're like, put it up, it looks good! Quit being... Quit being, what would the word be? Judgy? My own stuff? Quit being hard on yourself? I guess that works. Oop, I got his teeth. I didn't want to get his teeth. Okay. Oh, I put that under marks. Oh well. I don't particularly care. But I should probably not. If I start changing things. Oop. Oh, I did start doing a little tiny bit just on the topic of like fan art and stuff. I did start, mind you, on some Ghost Trick fan art. More Ghost Trick fan art. Besides just the sketches. Yeah, so I guess that's somewhat appropriate. I mean, it is Ghost Trick, it is supernatural, and it was made by a Japanese group of people. They like Ghost Trick. Main character Cecil meeting Kusuriuri. Oh, I want to say something, but I can't, because that's Ghost Trick spoilers, and I don't want to spoil the game on my stream randomly when I'm drawing a completely different fan art for something that's, well, okay, maybe not completely different. They are both supernatural, but they are definitely different flavors. Oh gosh, no, I didn't want to zoom in. Alright. Okay, so this is eyes and mouth at this point. Whoop. Eyes, mouth. Yeah, that's just TH. I know how to spell. I know how to spell. Alrighty. Now... No. Oop. Okay, no, I don't want to select thing. This is... I feel like... Okay, hold on. How's the music volume? Is it... It's quiet? Like, very subtle? I'm kind of worried about it. I didn't have time to fully check. Oh, did I not put everything in the folder? Oh gosh, okay. Grab this. Then it's down to here. Stick it in the folder. Like I wanted to. Before, and did not, apparently. Yeah, this is Kusuriuri. Now I want to have... No. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out. Oh, speaking of zooming out. I'm I'm gonna zoom out on the rest too, so we can at least see this man's face. He'd be in the corner as well. He'll just stay in the corner making awesome faces, in my opinion. Maybe... if I move this around now, yeah, it's going to be out. Okay. And that's also going to be clipping out. Yep. Alrighty. It's really annoying that it won't. So I have to go like this. So I can keep the circle. So I can move the circle around. I don't know. Should I place this behind or forward? Make it larger, at the very least. Yeah, sure. Have it go out like that. Yeah, I think I'll put it behind. Cause, oop, nope, that went into the folder. Nope, that under. So it goes behind. Oh yeah, and then I can come in here, actually. I want to erase it. Yeah, I do. Okay. First off. Oh, I know what I can do. Where is that? This tool. Wait, what am I on? Okay, I'm on the proper thing. Not to all layers, just this layer. Snap this. See. Delete. And then. Don't really have to delete the lines, actually. It's, well, no, actually, no, I do. I'm probably gonna change the ring color. Delete here, even though you cannot see it. That deleted the lines, hopefully. Okay, while I'm on the line layer... don't... Excellent. Grab the right tool, self. Grab the right tool. There we go. Okay. This is... Oh, that got... Okay. Shoot. Alright, now let me undo that. Okay, I don't want this bit. I want that bit to stay. Okay, now let's try this again. Delete the color. Delete the lines. Deselect. Erase a little bit there. Erase a little bit there. Okay. What's the color of your kimono underneath? It's this? Okay. Get that. Okay. Oop. I didn't... Okay, good. I'm like, oh shoot. Did I just switch it? I just want to keep this mostly like a headshot, but... Maybe... I want to do more. I don't know. Now I feel wishy-washy. Yeah, I'm not liking how this is looking. I'll try something else. This has all the lines and stuff. Okay, what else I want to try? I don't know. It will work, though, however. I'm gonna put some shading, which Mononoke does not have shading, so. I get to do what I want. Let's try... Where is the brush I want? Clicking through. It's here, up there. Yeah, gouache. I like the gouache brush for lately. That's what I've been using. Okay. I'm just gonna do a big blot. It's not keeping it this way, but there is a method to the madness. Okay, overlay is that. Soft light? That barely changes anything. Hard light? Hard light, this seems like. Yeah, that's gonna be the one. Okay, delete that. There's so many colors already. Make it the blur. But yeah, for animating, I'm like, for my one little still drawing here, I'm putting in shading. For animating, to have the flat colors, and it's so detailed, yeah, that's probably why they in part did it, but it also gives it a very unique look, so I'm not going to complain. Switch between here. I'm gonna put shading in my own drawing because it's just one illustration, so it's not like I need to draw this a bazillion times. Or just to not be so exaggerating thousands of times, because that is not an exaggeration. If it sounds like an exaggeration to you, then please look up how animation works. It's quite a bit of drawings. I wonder how many frames per second overall this is going to be. Because I do know people change the frame rate. Because, like, if people aren't moving, you don't need to draw multiple frames necessarily for them. I mean, you can to make people look a little more lively, I suppose, but you don't have to. You can kind of tell what's an older game just by that. It's how much people move around. But anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, right, frame rate. Different frame rates give, like an illusion of speed, I guess you could put it. Lower frame rate feels slower than lots of frames per second. Which, oh wait, some of you are not gonna know what I was just talking about. Okay, so frame rates, how many frames are in a second. That's what people are talking about when they're going like 60 frames. Let me abbreviate that. 60 frames per second. That'd be frames per second. FPS. Yeah. Just, oh gosh. Trying to visualize letters is hard. Yeah, so that's what people blabber around about 60 frames per second. So meaning there's basically, simply put, 60 images in that 1 second. Oh, stream got blurry. Reload it. Okay, yeah, reload if you need to. YouTube hiccup. Oh gosh, I'm gonna go check. Okay, OBS is saying it's okay. What is the settings? Did you switch the settings on me? You better not have. Yeah, my settings are still proper. Okay, cancel. Yeah, that's a YouTube side. Or my internet being buggy. It's been... It totally... My internet just totally... Just... Oh, what word do I want to use? Not bugged out, because that assumes like it was working at all. It just was off. Just for a while, had absolutely no internet. Wasn't being provided. It was very annoying. That was part of the reason why I've been a bit frazzled, because I was like, great. Some of the things I needed to do were, I need the internet. Because it's only online. And now I can't even do that much. Ah! Use squash for right here. So, that was annoying. Very annoying. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Oh, gosh. I think the internet just crapped out. Oh, dear. Oh. Are you back? Hold on. I'm going, sorry, give me a moment. Are we good now? Okay. Yeah, okay, I need to poke around on things. Yeah, it's being funky. Hold on, I'm trying. Is it good? Hold on, let me. Is it caught up? I need a hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. We're good. I think it's back. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Just as I was saying, the internet completely credit out on me. What does it do? Drop on me, drop out. Okay, so that's just gonna be a little jank. Nothing was missed though, because I happened to be looking. Might need to hit refresh again because it's being janky. It's being janky. Yay! Internet problems. I cannot fix because it's not on my end. As far as I can tell. As far as my technical know-how goes. So that's... This is what I've been dealing with. It upset Urion noises. Oh boy. But okay. It looks like it's holding alright, so hopefully it stays that way. You better stay that way. I have this little box down in the corner of OBS that tells me how things are going, and I'm just looking at it like, please stay in the green. Please stay green, because that means things are good. Alright. Oop, right, okay, you know. Just hold on. Okay, now. I know that's off, but give me a moment. Oh, wait. I do that? Oh, you're right. Sweet. I do with this clipping. Okay. I need to move a little bit. Alright. I can put the sound clipping, and I don't want the bandana colored, at least, well, shaded. Not like that. But I do want the shade on the hair. So I'm gonna erase all this. Oh wait, you know, I just realized there's an easy way to go about this. Go in lines. It is on refer. Only. Back up. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, did it? Did it not? Ooh. Yeah, it says... Have you ever... Oh no. I guess you'll just have to resend it. It was having problems. It didn't look blurry and choppy anymore, and then it just completely booted everybody, including me. Oh no. Like, oh, I'm fine now. No, I'm not. Oh my gosh. That's kind of amusing, not gonna lie. Annoying, but also amusing. A lot of... Yeah, I've been noticing that. I guess... I don't want to dwell on it. It's a lot of, like... Big important people's throwing, or just people who have a lot of money throwing up a fuss, from as far as I know. Us little folk get the brunt of it. Not much I can do. I think it's density makes it, yeah, density makes it more transparent. Should I just shade all your ears, sir? Is that what I should do? Okay, maybe like this. Yeah, that's not changing anything. This helps a little bit, but not enough. Okay. We're doing spray brush. Okay. I don't want to do this. I want to be very textured. I do want that. I definitely want to have texture. I should make it the other way. Okay. Select for here. Lasso tool around the ear. Let's try this again. Okay. Nope. There. Yeah, maybe like so it makes his ears look more back, I guess. The duality of this man. He's just calm, but there's also making something. I can't help but laugh. He makes so many interesting faces. I'm just still gonna leave it on this one. Like, I don't need the references right now. I'm just gonna have him have the movie poster chill in the corner. I think there's a few people who use this similar kind of blue or a purple variant of about that tone for this kind of thing. Okay, oh wait, I can do this. I just did it, and then I completely forgot I could. Ah! Or maybe... Ooh! I do want it thinner. I'm going to want... Actually, I might want airbrush. Put it on, yeah. Okay. Undo the blur stuff. Okay. Don't want the shadows to be so harsh. Do want the texture. Maybe... Or, oh wait, you know what I can also do is still grab that. Yeah, and this will erase, but I'll leave the texture. Okay. Just fussing around with this. I will figure it out eventually. I push very lightly. Okay, yeah, it does very light. Alright, good, good, good. Slowly figure this out. Even though I'm going to make this, I'm not gonna leave it this, dark. I will... Okay, how am I gonna phrase this? Right. How to describe what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it more transparent so that it looks... Or no... I'm gonna make it so it's not as saturated. There we go. That works. Finally got the words for it. Finally got the words for it. Yeah, I want this really textured because if you haven't noticed, there's a water... Not water. Paper. Why was I saying water? Fail yourself. Bad self. There is definitely a paper design. Or texture over it. It's much more so than... I think the old series had it too, as far as I could tell, but it was much more subtle. They are much more blatant about it this time around. Yeah, I am most certainly looking forward to more Mononoke. I mean... next year? Yeah, I wonder if it's early next year or not. Well, maybe not. Might have had a date. Or maybe they just, even though they're planning for early next year, they don't have a specific time frame. So that makes it hard to say. Got some things to do. Probably, I wonder if it's animation or because they were also getting the voice actor had to be recast because, again, in real life shenaniganery, I am not going to get too much into besides saying real life shenanigans. There we go. Finally said it. I get for trying to talk and draw at the same time. I can game and talk at the same time. Drawing, however, that's hard. It's still hard. I assure you, if I play video games, I'm not so stuttery. I'm trying to work on it. Usually, I just sit and listen when I'm drawing. Okay. Here. I want it very PC, because this is in his hair. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I had the canvas flipped. I'm like, wait, do I have the canvas flipped? Yes, I do. I do indeed. Just get some hair shade, texture, whatever. Put highlights in. I know he doesn't have shading and highlights, but you know, by gum, I'm gonna put it in. I'm having a good time. Oh, I did mention how Mushishi is much more tonally like Mononoke, but it's got a more... Visually, it feels more similar to Natsumi's Book of Friends, but definitely more. Even in setup, because Ginkgo is also sort of like a medicine seller for the Mushishi. And he helps resolve problems between Mushishi and whatnot. Just Kusuriuri is not at all. It's way less chill about the Mononoke, but, you know, fair enough. This is not like the Mushishi who exists. They're just sort of going about their lives, and it causes problems for other living things. Usually humans in the case of Mushishi. There's actually a lot of similarities between Mushishi and Kusuriuri, or Mononoke as a series. Mostly because of Kusuriuri and Ginkgo, except we get to actually hear some backstory for Ginkgo. He is not an enigma. He's just... His backstory is actually really... It's actually sad. It's actually pretty sad. Though, unlike Mononoke, which is... I've just realized I never mentioned this. I probably should have led with this, but Mononoke is classified as a horror anime. More psychological rather than... Well... It covers some very heavy topics as well. Gotta get that, I wanted to say existential crisis kind of stuff, but it's not quite that, but it's very much taking a good long look on who you are as a person and going... Just, like, evaluating yourself, and that's possibly more scary than anything else you could do. But yeah, Mononoke very much goes over things that are very hard to talk about even as an adult, just because it's a hard-hitting topic. The first few episodes of Mononoke definitely do not pull any punches. It just sets off one of a very controversial topic, which I won't mention what it is, because this is a drawing video, and I don't want to bring that kind of stuff in, but it goes... It's kind of horror that just sort of makes you uncomfortable with how real it is, I suppose, is a good way of putting it. It's not just, oh, what goes bump in the night. It's, nope, real people. Despite the supernatural elements, this gets very real. Very quick. Oh boy. Yeah, I should have led with that, but yeah, as a warning. Mononoke is, it goes over very controversial, very serious topics, but I wouldn't say in a lighthearted way, but it's not there to tell you how to think. It's sort of just showing how people react to these situations. But it never says, it frames it in a way of, this is right, this is wrong. You always have Kusuriuri witness things going around, and his only reaction is to get away the Mononoke. That's it. Like, regardless of what you feel about the topic, the Mononoke still gotta go. The Mononoke is still unequivocally bad. It's just the nature of the beast. Heh. I just made like a sneezy cat sound like my little black kitty cat does. How did I do that? I want to make that sound back at her and see what she does. Was it? Nope, I wasn't even close to doing the same thing. I did it on total accident. I wish I could make that sound on demand. But I don't know how I managed to do it in the first place, let alone how to replicate it. Anyway, Oh, I keep wanting to say something. Something I wanted to say near the beginning of the video, and I keep falling. Oh gosh, what was it? Nope, can't think of it. Maybe it'll come back around again. Oh boy. Oh, the one thing to say, the episodes that show... Because there are proper episodes, not just like a pilot or anything. They actually go off of it, so it is... Mononoke is kind of a sequel to the Ayakashi horror story section. Which I suppose, but no, it's Ayakashi Samurai Horror Stories, which I did mention in the beginning of the video, and I guess if you didn't figure out, this is also a horror anime, and I'm like, well, I will, still probably would have been a good idea to be like, yeah, so that means Mononoke here is horror, but it's not, like, oh, how to put it? I guess it is the more psychological horror. There's no scary imagery, really. There may be some imagery that makes you uncomfortable. Just, it's nothing explicit. There's no explicit anything in here. I don't think. Okay, in the Yakashi horror story, yeah, that's a little, goes a little harder. Kusuriuri actually gets smacked by something, and he does bleed. So there's blood in that one. There's a little bit more explicit in its imagery than the actual proper Mononoke show. Yeah, because I think it's like all silhouettes and stuff. I'd suggest you be... I don't know if it's exactly 18 plus, but definitely at least be... Don't watch this as a kid. I wouldn't say any younger than like 15 for sure. Yeah, might not be the best choice for minors. I guess is the TLDR of it. At the very least, well, I suppose it doesn't really matter. These kinds of situations that Mononoke go over kind of don't care, or just, they will happen regardless of age kind of moments. Or you will have to deal with it regardless of age. Yeah, I'd how to put it? Exercise due diligence for consuming your content. There we go. There's your warning. But it's nothing too bad. If you're like, I've watched worse than this, I'm like, I never said it was gonna be like the worst thing you ever watch. I was just saying it might be a little to some people. Might be a bit much to some people. But it's definitely not the worst. It's, oh, how to put it? I'm like, it's not the worst thing I ever watched, but I'm like, that's so vague, it's not useful. It's not gonna be like super rated M or pushing against rating boundaries. That's all I'm saying. I guess is the long and short of it. Well, at least from a US perspective. Other countries, I couldn't say, but I imagine it can be vastly different. After all, other countries have different criteria, what is mature and what is not, what can teenagers watch, what can be visually shown, what can't be visually shown, so on and so forth. That whole confusing mess of stuff. I do not envy whatsoever the people whose jobs is surrounding that, but I'm sure there's people who have plenty, perfectly nice time doing that as their job. 'Cause I'm sure there's some people out there who like doing that sort of thing. There's all sorts in the world, you know? But yeah. I like Mononoke. I like Kusuriuri. Well, we were specific. I like Kusuriuri. Oh, I kind of prattled off on a different topic, but I'm trying to get at... Forget I prattled off on a different topic. One of the characters from the Ayakashi horror series episodes does show up again in the mainline series. And I find it slightly amusing because she is literally the only reoccurring character in the whole series besides, obviously, Kusuriuri himself. I'm pretty sure everyone else never shows up again in any of the other episodes. I think her name is like Kano? Kaho? Something, one of those kind of sounding names. I evidently not going to remember it exactly. But she shows up again, and one of the things she even recognized Kusuriuri, and things start going weird, and she immediately stays right next to him like the whole rest of the time. She's like, I've been down one of these rodeos before. I am sticking next to the medicine man. And I'm like, smart lady. That would be me as well, not gonna lie, that would be me. I'd be like, if I already had some weird things happen and there was a person who took care of it already, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stick near them. If they tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. So I did appreciate that the lady who shows up again, that Kusuriuri starts asking, he's like, we need to do this. And she just immediately starts going out on, just like, she's like, okay, we do need to do this. We need to listen to him. She just doesn't question it. She's like, he asked me to do this, so I'm going to do it. I think she even scolds some of the other characters at one point for not listening to Kusuriuri, and then bad things happen to them, and then they start, it's not like they don't die, but bad stuff happens. And then they're like, maybe we should listen to the lady telling us to listen to the medicine man. Mr. Medicine Man here. It's like, yeah, maybe. It's I think that's might be a part of, was that a two-parter? Or was that one episode? That might have been a two-parter. I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't remember specifics. And I always have why am I having trouble saying this word? I've always binge. There we go. Binged watch Mononoke. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't remember what was one episode or not. Oh boy. Yeah, those ones I like just because you have the character who's met Kusuriuri before, and she just listens to him. It's also slightly interesting. Maybe it's because she's staying right next to him, because she's like, I know he'll keep us safe from the Mononoke that is about. Even though Ayakashi also show up and they just start doing Ayakashi things. They're not Mononoke. But she still listens to Kusuriuri. He does know, and like a few things of what to do. He's like, I know you shouldn't do this. And she's like, okay, cool. And he's like, but I don't know how to deal with this particular one. And I think somebody else actually figures it out. So he doesn't know everything himself. Oh, I remember the thing I wanted to say earlier. Kusuriuri can't even see Mononoke. Which is just, how does that work? He's got these little gadget things, which I don't think I have an image. I think when he no, wait. Yeah, absolutely sure when he goes into his other form, he can see them. But if you do pay attention to him reacting, other people will be able to see or will react, and Kusuriuri won't look at all, because what's haunting... He's not the one getting, like, haunted or possessed or in the Mononoke's clutches, usually. He's just sort of there because this is kind of his job. But he can't actually see the Mononoke. He gets these little scale dooley things that go like, bleak, bleak, and they shift to show. He uses talismans, and then he has his sword. I've never also mentioned how he shifts forms, because it's not just at will. He has to know... Okay, it's easy to say the first two, because it's truth and form. So he needs to know what form the Mononoke takes. This can be like a Bakeneko, which shows up twice. Both times it's one of the most serious. But he needs to figure out what exactly the Mononoke is. Like, is it like some lady, like a grudge from some lady, or a dude? Or, yeah, like, who's possessed? What does this thing look like? That sort of... It's a sort of like more vague, but it's basically enough where you can get a description of this thing, I suppose. Wait, no, is the form. He needs to know what it looks like. So, what form it takes. Truth is the other one. That's, like, who's getting possessed by the who is possessed by the Mononoke? I'm not quite sure about this. This is Japanese culture. I don't know everything. Sometimes I only know vague things. Mononoke is not one to explain. It's not that kind of show. But anyway, moving on. And then the last bit, because he needs to know three things. The form, truth, and it usually gets translated as reason, but that's not quite right. But it is also like the only thing that fits in English. One of those situations, because that's always fun. And how to describe it? It is sort of like, if you know the truth, you can usually find out the reason why it's doing something. Form is usually the last thing Kusuriuri needs to know. But yeah, it's form, reason, and truth. Reason isn't too exact, but again, there's no real translation of it in English. And it's been a while since I was explained what exactly it is. So I cannot, unfortunately, give you a definition either. It's not coming to mind. I really should watch the show again. So it's fresh. And the English dub may explain a couple of concepts more because it's needed. Because it's like, Japanese don't need this explanation. It's part of their culture that this is common knowledge over there. Not so in English speaking areas. So, yeah, I definitely want to watch the English. Ooh, you know what? I just realized I might have annotations to explain a bit more of what's going on, like, on the screen. Ooh, okay, yeah, I definitely need to watch this. I really, really need to watch the English dub. Which I've heard is good. Like, they did a good job picking out the voice actors. And the sound director also got the sounds to match up. Because I know sometimes you got... The voice actors are fine, but they completely flub off on the... like, lining up the dialogue and mouth flaps and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, I imagine this takes some skill, and you got somebody doing the job. Why is it so bad? It's confusing. That happened in a video game of mine called The Last Story, which is a video game I like quite a bit. I know people have never played past the tutorial intro thing, because the people who did that, the English translation, did not sync up the voice lines really hardly at all. And I know a couple times they completely miss what, you know, the mouth flaps are doing. And then once it gets to out of the tutorial into the proper game, it's service, you know, it's not 100% perfect, but it's like a B tier kind of game. It's not a AAA game. It's also like not unknown. It's not really indie per se. But don't expect the highest quality of like in AAAs, that kind of game. I don't know why the beginning is so bad. I know that it's not the voice actor's fault. They were perfectly fine. The lines were delivered perfectly fine. It's just it wasn't edited well enough to match up the characters talking, you know, the models moving around to the character, to the voice lines. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But apparently none of that in English Mononoke, thankfully. I was a bit worried whenever I hear about... Oh, I should explain why I was a bit worried. It's because the English dub is a new thing. It wasn't... It's like, oh gosh, it's been a bit now? I don't know how exactly long. But it hasn't been too terribly long since the English dub has been out. I think there might have been an English dub beforehand, but... You know, it's like... It was very limited, I guess. Okay, it's already on hard light. Alright. Some of these things I'm going to want... I'm gonna copy. Okay, what do I want darker? Probably just... I'm gonna get the bandana. So, lines like that. Keep that. Everywhere else away. I want a darker... bandana to be darker. Not quite that dark. There we go. If I merge that down, let's say, yes it will. Cool. Cool potatoes. I don't know why I just did potatoes. I don't know where my mind is. Oh, it merged down. Okay. That made it. Yeah, that's a different level. Okay, so the opacity just went the same. Okay. I don't want that. Want more shade here. I do want to do that. Okay. Texture, texture, texture. Wee. So you want to be very textured because that's what I want to do. Sort of matches with how the art direction / style goes in Mononoke. So I think it's fitting. This is too dark. Like this. Do 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 do. Do. Oh my gosh, it's almost been 2 hours. Time going by fast this time. Not surprising. I'm having a good time just blathering on about Mononoke. Yeah, I should probably put on Pixiv, my old fan art, as well as the one I didn't put up. I should do that. I probably will. Once I get this one done, so it's not going to be like right after stream or anything. Well, if you're not watching the VOD, I have no idea when, how it's going to relate. If you're watching the VOD, could be already up. I don't know. I don't know when you're watching that. That's a future thing. I don't know you. Okay. I think I want a little bit more transparent here. The hair. Okay. Should do for the shading. Oh, what color do I want the lighting? Highlights. Maybe yellow. Oh, you know what? I also just realized before I move on to that. Where is that? I didn't do any of the around the eyes. Okay. this. And I want the blur. Texture blur. Oh, you know what? I'll make this actually just normal fuzzy. Because eyes are smooth. This is the darker, right? Yeah. Darker shadow. So you have multiple layers of shadow is fine. Don't be afraid to multiple layers of shadow. Some parts are going to be much darker than others. So if you're doing it sort of across the board kind of shading like I'm doing this time around, don't be afraid to do that. I also forgot to get his nose. Just put a little bit of shade. Just for a little bit of dimension on his nose. Okay, maybe like down here. This. Okay. Get a little more texture here because it's a little too flat for my liking. Or smooth lines. I don't know how to phrase it. But you see what I mean. See what I mean. Don't listen to what I mean. Trying to say. Oh boy. Alright. Get a little more shadow around here on the jaw, under the jawline. Get that more depth. Which is quite impressive how you still have depth in Mononoke, but I think they also use like 3D backgrounds possibly. Mononoke, so like the characters are on 2D, but the backgrounds are 3D, and everything is flat in shading, so you can't really tell, but I might be able to, but I have never heard how this was developed, so I can't say if they use 3D background. Like it's a mixed media. Well, more so than maybe like After Effects or some small digital tweaking kind of stuff, or drawn digitally. Well, 2D, I guess it's more of 2D versus 3D. I don't know if it's a mix of 2D versus 3D. There we go. This makes it look darker. Yay. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. Probably want here too. A bit at the temples. I mean, it's got the bandana and his hair. Kusuriuri was shading. Ah. Okay. I'm amusing myself too much. Being too amused. Yeah, I think I also... Yeah, his pupils are smaller. I'm used to doing that. So again, definitely not in this. Wee. I still have too much fun just messing around with things. Just moves them around sporadically. I'm like, I'm having a good time. Oh, I really should play Ghost Trick. That... Actually, with how much I just like messing around with things, Ghost Trick really would be so much fun for me to play. It has that very much vibe of... You know how cats are like, they knock things off and they're like, I dislike that in particular? Ghost Trick is just kind of the game. Because you're just sort of like, I need to mess with this in particular to go save somebody. So it's like, I guess a little more than just a cat getting bored and knocking things around. But hopefully you understand what I mean. You're a poltergeist. Poltergeist. I am still not sure on the pronunciation for that. But the type of ghost that messes with objects, whatever you want to call that. Like they in particular mess with only really objects, and that is it. They'll flick things around and whatnot. But they can't just, like, curse you. Yeah. I should definitely... Maybe over the days I have off, I might be able to get my hands on my own copy of Ghost Trick. I can play it. So I want to get my own copy. I can borrow it from my twin sister, but I want to get my own copy. I want to support, like... Please, if nothing else, please try to play this game. There is a demo, by the way. There's demos. I think it's on Steam. I know it's on PlayStation. I haven't heard if it's on Xbox. Yeah, Xbox or not. I'd have to look that up. I would assume... Well, no, not necessarily. Just because it's on, like, Nintendo and Steam and whatnot doesn't mean it's also on Xbox. But it's on a lot of platforms now. So... It should... Hopefully you have something to play it with. Because it really, really is good. And if you like spooky things... You know... Ghost Trick is miles and miles lighter in tone than Mononoke is, but hey, if you came here to hear about Mononoke, and Ghost Trick may not be too bad of choice for you if you like Mononoke, to be honest. I mean, it's not like, oh, you have a very, very high chance of liking Mushishi if you like Mononoke, and you know, vice versa. If you like Mushishi, then you have a high chance of liking Mononoke. Nope. Nope, don't want to do that. Soft light? Does that look any different from where I had it before? Yep, that definitely looked different from where I had before. Okay, that works. Okay, if I turn this on and off. Yeah, it gives a little bit more dimension. I don't want the highlights to be too... He is so ready for mischief right now. He only really makes faces like this at the Mononoke thinking about it. He only gets grumpy at the Mononoke. He doesn't act unkindly or have any particular reaction to what people are doing. Except maybe slight exasperation, like, I just told you not to do that and you did it, so yeah, you had a bad outcome happen. I think one time it made somebody nauseous and he just sort of like, I'm like, Kusuriuri, you can go give him, like, nausea medicine now. It was funny. I think that's good. I wonder how... Yeah, turn this all off. That's the flats. Ooh, you know, I could also... Okay, I turn both of these on, so... Well, actually, I don't really need that to be clipping. Yeah, and I don't need either of these to be clipping. Okay, I should put this as highlight. Especially this, because... you can't really see anything in the little tiny thumbnail box in the corner there. It's just... What is in here? I'm like, if I don't name it, I'm gonna be really confused for a while until however long it takes me to figure out what was I doing on that layer. Not have that. Okay, right, I want to do the texture. Oh gosh. I wanted to use, is it ground texture? Okay. So this? Oh yeah, this one works. Well enough, okay. Too much. Make it smaller. Don't worry, this will look better when I'm done. Maybe some cloudiness. Because Mononoke has the kind of paper, at least in the movie, it most certainly does. Oh yeah, it does have. I can see even in this, it does have that paper kind of texture. Black Fox Kusu's up into. He's getting up to a mischief. Okay. Do I want this to be like hard light? No. I might have to change this. Oh gosh. To a different color. Okay. I'm actually going to... Let's make it the yellow. I say that as if you guys can draw too. Sorry. Okay, do that. Oh. I have to put that on or else it's not gonna work. Let's try. Will this work better? No, not hard light, it was soft light. And we have a little bit of texture. Yeah, oop. That works. You can't really see it always. Not really. But it is kind of there. Maybe I should just try white. Let's try just all white. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, deselect it. I think that's okay. Yeah, you can kind of see it now. Yeah, the white's a little better. The white's a little better. Ooh. I think I'm gonna call it here then. This will be done for today. I do want to put a background of some sort, but I'm gonna have to... I might end up drawing more of his kimono, which may be hard because I don't... We have a very zoomed in on his like chin and a side profile. This was pretty much all that shows up in the trailer. And then we have, you know, the promotion. And him standing on the table. I need to find a picture of him standing on the table. Because he's just posing like he's done a few times in the series on a table at one point. That was, I think, the promotional art announcing that there was a Mononoke movie in production and that they do hope to get it out soon. There you go. Okay. Let's do this. Hello. That's much louder. Maybe a little quieter on the music there. Ew! I need a stretch. Aw, thank you, Lord Theo. And also, hello! I'm assuming you were lurking a little bit. Okay, so... last stream this week will be... oh, what did I have? Builders. I did put Builders, right? Yeah. I was gonna play Pokemon on Monday, but then I was like, wait, I have something to do on Monday. So I keep having to think, I'm like, wait, was it Builders I kept or was it Pokemon? I'm like, no, Pokemon's gonna be next week. Definitely playing Pokemon. Because I want to play more of that. Hopefully I can get a few people that I know to play with me again. I don't know who will join, but maybe someone will. Otherwise, I'm just going to be running around, just going to be like, fill up my Pokedex. If it's like that, then I think I'll head into... what is it called? I should know. Area 0. That was it. Why was that so hard for me to remember? My mind is elsewhere. That's what I'm saying. Oop. Yep, I definitely need to... That's getting loud. But yeah, okay. I hope you enjoyed me blathering on about mostly Mononoke and me drawing Kusuriuri and his movie appearance in the background. So hopefully that was nice. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like. Feel free to leave any kind of comments. You know, if you're watching a VOD, you have something to say or wanted me to finish a thought, I'm not going to be... Well, unless you're rude about it. If you're just asking, then I'll answer if, like, I didn't finish a thought or something. And it doesn't show up, I don't mention it later in the video because I'm like, oh right, I didn't finish saying. I'm really bad at that, but I usually get around to it eventually. Eventually. I'm a silly little Ularion lady. There's only so much I can do. But anyway, I hope the day was fun. It was nice seeing you, Mises. I was certainly having fun. I was drawing Kusuriuri. That's always a nice time. And once I get the background done for him, I will put it up with my other 2 drawings I've done on Pixiv. So, I mean, check my Pixiv. I should have links. Do I have links? Yes, I do. I do have links. I'm like, I do put those in, right? I do. There should be linked in the description to my Pixiv. Should say that. And for now, all you little painted Mises and lurkers and whatnots, and maybe VOD watchers, I will have to bid you adieu this time. Because for now, it is time to say bye-bye! And I hope to see you later.